Hi guys, it's my birthday today. So I thought I will try and do a few generations today and see what we can come up with some nice patterns. Last night I was playing around with lots of different art styles and just messing about. It was quite fun. And today, seeing as it's my birthday, I think I will try and generate some birthday print, gift wrapping, or some nice sort of festive wallpaper. I've got this one image here that I'm going to start to analyze. This is something I created a little while ago. So we're just going to analyze this image and see what happens. Right, so let's go up here. Let's see what we get in our description. The pattern displays floral elements featuring prominent large petal flowers, smaller blossoms and buds. Interspersed are cloud-like forms and geometric knotwork shapes. Each main floral motif is anchored by a central stem. Okay, so let's just change this around. The pattern displays floral elements. Okay, smaller blossoms. So let's get rid of smaller blossoms. And let's put colourful balloons and streamers. Interspersed are cloud-like forms and geometric star-like forms. Let's go more festive. Star-like forms and geometric knotwork. Let's go. Spiral elements. Each main floral motif is anchored by a central stem with leaves and a pendant decorative. Right, so we've got traditional floral East Asian art. Let's get rid of this and let's type in festive and let's type in whimsical. Right, let's try it. So we've got some keywords: festive, whimsical, floral arrangements, buds, leaves, clouds, leaves, geometric knots. Let's get rid of that. Pendant ornaments. Okay, let's leave it at that. They're quite nice colours here. I'm going to bring the motif scale down. Let's make them medium size just as a little test. But let's choose a brighter, more colourful palette. Carnival Life. Let's go with this one here. And on a white background, no, or slightly yellow. Let's go slightly more yellow than that. And let's have a little look. What do I want to do? Children's book illustration. If I just call it birthday gift wrap. Let's just see if we can create a style similar to this. Right. B for birthday. Right. AI style. And let's have it scattered around. Right. High detail all over print. Right, let's create. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got some little cats randomly. That's quite funny. We've got a pendant shape. We've got some leaves. We've got some little balloons. Okay, little balloons into pendant shapes. We've got some little fun characters here. Okay, I'm not sure where these little fun characters have come from, but I'm just going to get rid of them. I think they're a little bit distracting. So what I'm going to do, I've got this new studio edit here where I've built loads and loads of different tools. Right, we're going to show the edges and see what happens. So whatever I remove from this square in here will come off the full image. So I'm going to pick this yellow color and I'm going to use a lasso fill. And basically I can just draw around this little character here. It's cute, but not really what I wanted. And let's zoom out again and let's draw around this character here. Right, that one's gone. And let me just click on pan so I can move up and lasso fill here. Right, okay, that one's gone. Now I feel like we've got a couple of spaces. Let's have a look. Let's save this and let's have a look. Okay, so we've got a few little gaps here. Let's go back into Studio Edit. Let's add this star into here. So I'm going to choose my clone tool. Let's choose clone again. Let's click on this. Right, choosing clone. Right, and there we go. That's one there. And let's pan. Let's scroll down again. A bit more of a gap here. I might put one of these yellow stars here. So again, you can just click and there we go. Make sure I've got all of that one there. Right. That's good. This little one over here is a bit weird. I'm going to get this one and just get rid of that little circle there. And let's zoom out and see how that is looking. We've still got a gap over here. I'm going to choose clone again. click on this one here, and I'm going to pop one of these up here, and click off, click clone again, select that one, and drop this one in here. Okay, we've got a bit of that thing there, so let's get rid of that there. And there we go. Right, there's a little artifact here, let's get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in and pan around just to check how that's looking. We've got some nice little clouds, some little randomness here. Well, it's quite sweet. That would make quite a nice gift wrap paper. Right, I'm just going to go to save and see what it looks as a full image. Right, now I'm just going to check the edges on here and make sure they're good. Okay, well, there's nothing along those edges here that look a bit dodgy. I'm not liking this thing here. Right, so go back into Studio Edit, click on this here, let's zoom in, let's pan. I'm going to get rid of that one there. So lasso fill, just make sure I've got the right color selected, and pan. Let's bring this one, which looks nicer. And what I can do is lasso select. I'm just going to draw around this shape here. And if I float this one and then press, I can drag it here, just pop it down a touch, and press stamp, and then I can create another one, and we'll just add another one there. And then if I go to flatten, it flattens it into the pattern. Now, if I go to save, you will see there, where's the pan tool, where I added those extra ones there. Okay, so that is a few little things in the Edit Studio that you can have a look at, and I've checked it all. Okay, now I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to save this one to cloud. But let's have a look. Let's see if we can get up some different colours here. Looking a little bit more festive. We've got some nice blues here, but let's bring that down a touch. We need a bit more depth of colour here to make it stand out and pop. There we go, that looks quite nice. Okay, I'm going to say analyze and save that one to cloud. Let's have a little look. I do like my floral buzz, but let's have a look. Let's try floral buzz too. Right, so this light colour is taking up too much. Bring some yellows down. Click on here to reset the zoom. Let's have a look. Right, so analyze and save to cloud. Right, there we go. We've got 3 different colour variations that have all been saved to the cloud. Let's scroll back. Let's look at the last 30 items. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns. Now let's have a look. I mean, this yellow one is quite nice in itself, but I'm going to choose this one here, and I'm going to open it in my image viewer. Now this is nice, but how about if I add a texture to it to make it a little bit more interesting? Right, let's have a little look. We're going to zoom in, and we have a range of different fabrics and textures. How about this cardboard effect? Let's have a look. Not really festive, is it? Let's have a look. Chenille satin ribbon. It's quite interesting. Play around with the scale, bring it closer together. Oh, it's quite nice. I want to bring the intensity down a touch. Let's go with that. Bring the scale down a little bit. Okay, right. It's kind of, yeah, okay, right. I'm going to apply to design, and then we can have a look at this. Right. Okay. You like it? Just saving it from the Texture Studio doesn't save it automatically. You do need to go to Save to Cloud, as I do mention. Okay, and then it's popped and saved to cloud. Right, I'm going to go back to history. So I've got my original here, and then I've got this one here where I've added that ribbon to it. Now, I'm going to go to this pink one here. I'm going to open in the image viewer. Nope. Let's click on this one here. Right, so we've got this nice bright one here. Okay, let's go to Texture Studio, and let's try something a little bit different. Just something subtle. Foamy sea wash, no. Ostrich skin, let's bring the scale up a little bit. Sort of cracked, no, but then how about bring the intensity down? And I'm going to switch it to a screen layer and bring the intensity up and the scale down. How is that looking? So it just adds another element of texture onto this. If I invert the colours, no. Right, so overlay, yeah, I'm going to keep it like that actually. And as we look at that, right, I'm going to apply to design, and so we've got this one here. Now, I'm feeling that some of these pink balloons are a little bit washed out. So there's my new image. Right, I'm going to open an image viewer. I'm then going to go to Studio Edit and let's have a little look. Let's fix this. So in this gradient studio, I'm going to add another color. I'm going to click on this and make it a deeper pink color. So it's something like this. Right, and I'm going to slide it to the end. Here we go. So I'm just having a little play around with these. I do want to create a slight contrast, but that blue seems to be overpowering the whole image. So I'm going to make this a deeper color, and actually this one I'm going to make slightly darker as well. Okay, there we go. Lots of different movement and motifs on here. Right, okay, I'm going to analyze and save that to cloud. Okay, so slightly vintage cracked wrapping paper style. Okay, right, so that's done and we're there. So now what I can do, I'm going to go out of this, pop back into the history, and let's have a look how this would look on mock-ups. On a t-shirt, so we can play around with the scale. This one, it's kind of nice floral one here, quite like that, maybe slightly touch bigger scale. Slot 3, again, quite funky shorts over there. Right, okay, just looking at the patterns on here, let's just move it round so it's a bit more interesting. There we go. Slot that one there. Slot 4, again, it's quite sweet as a smaller pattern, to be honest with you, something like this. Right. Slot 5, let's have a little look on a jacket. I mean, it's not the nicest looking jacket, but it's still quite an interesting pattern, right? And again, some of these might be better on products, some of these might be better on fabric, some of these might be better on home decor and that type of thing. But this is just a few mock-ups that I've generated to kind of show you how it all comes together using this app. Right, okay, so that's kind of nice there. Let's make it a bit smaller. Okay, right, so log defaults. Right, so I'm going to export all of these to cloud. So this will save all my mock-ups, and then I can upload these and use these on Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest or TikTok or whatever you want to use them for. And I'll show you what this does as well in a second. Okay, so depending on which tier you use as well, you'll have 1, 3, 6 or 8 mock-ups. I'm on the enterprise tier, which gives me 8 mock-ups. But there you've got about 32 to choose from. And you can pick ones that you want, either products or wallpaper, decor, or a mix of it, any of those really. So now it's all saved to the cloud. Let me just show you where this goes. So if we go into history now, it will say 8 mock-ups. Now I can download the mock-ups and use them as if I want. I'm going to go back into image viewer and go into my social studio. I'm going to load the vault, and what it's got here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 mock-ups plus my design. What I'm going to do is select these 9, and I'm going to create a short HD video. Now you can size them 1:1 or make them 9:16 for Instagram or TikTok, make them for Pinterest, and it creates it. And it will also create your marketing, a title that you can change around, and some extra information. So I'm going to add the title, and I'm going to apply my SoNextYear branding watermark. I'm going to go for an IG TikTok story, and I'm going to go to create the video. So you can do a maximum of 9 for videos, and if you want to generate a very small little GIF for a little Facebook post or Snapchat or Instagram or however, whatever social media you use, or just something to promote. And again, we can just have a look at this video, and there we go. In the space of 20 minutes, I've generated 5 different patterns. I've chosen what I want to do. I've changed the motifs, changed the style, changed the colors, and created some. So this app is really good for just generating patterns, but you have full control over the final elements. And once you've done that, you can create your own marketing. You can go into the social campaign studio, create your own designs, and from that you can create some videos, or you can create small little slides that you can use for your social media. Okay, so what we're going to do is just go to my social media here, and what we've got here are some of the designs I've created, some before I designed the app and some of the ones since I've designed the app. And again, there's lots and lots of designs that I've done, some silly little AI videos, of me wearing some of the patterns. But there's a huge range, and you can check it out on my website at SoNextYear.online. And again, this is the one that I've just created. So we've got this nice little pattern. Normally I'd add music to it because I always like, so a lot of mine have got my own little tunes going on there as well. So thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.